Hi, my name's Britt, and I'm a faculty member in the Department of Physics. I've been meditating off and on for about 10 years, and my current practice is I meditate 20 minutes at night before bed, and it helps me kind of downshift from having an active daytime mind to being ready to go to bed and go to sleep, and helps me get to sleep easier, I think. Downside to meditating at that time of day is I'm not very mentally sharp, so I feel like I don't have a lot of focus on the breath. But that just gives me the opportunity to practice returning to the breath persistently. So it meditation helps me, even when I'm not meditating, to be more aware of what's going on with my body and my emotions and my mind. I might notice that I've got a nagging pain that is distracting me, or bringing down my mood, that I could maybe fix by taking a painkiller or doing some stretching. Or I might notice I have a lot of tension in a certain part of my body that I could, take some time to release. It also helps me kind of get through times of being anxious. Notice that cycle of worry and anxiety that sort of builds and builds, and then that just noticing it helps to create a little space around it and disengage from it. It helps if I have to do something unpleasant, like get my blood drawn at the doctor's or get my teeth cleaned at the dentist's. I notice myself going to the breath during those times, and it helps to get through them. So somebody who sometimes drifts away from meditation and then comes back, I've noticed a few patterns. When I'm returning to meditation, about the first month of practice is really about just building the habit of coming to the cushion and reconditioning myself to sit still for a period of time. So if I'm not on the breath, all the time, I recognize that I'm doing the work by coming to the cushion each day at a certain time, and focusing on my posture, and learning again to sit comfortably for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, building up those skills, that ability. And then maybe the second month of my practice is really about coming back to the breath, and sort of, I think of it as wearing a path back to the breath, creating a pathway in my mind where it's easy to come back to the breath. And I find that kind of toward the end of the second month of practice, I'm at a place where it's almost easier to stay on the breath than to chase after the distracting thought. And I find it becomes much easier to stay on the breath. So, if you're starting meditation or returning to meditation, be patient with yourself and realize that you're going through a process of changing yourself and building your skills, and just keep persisting, keep coming back.